All right, I think we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We are early, way early, but good to have all of you in here. Let's make sure everything's up and running. It looks like it is. Oh, excuse me. That burp is sponsored by D&G Explorers. Anyway, good to have everybody in here. It's Orioles baseball night. We are back. We had a little bit of a hiatus, but we are back. Good to have everybody here. Find the fun's in the chat already. And I thought the game was at 7 o'clock tonight. It's actually 6:35. So it's already 6:11. We want to make sure we get the pregame stuff going before we actually get into first pitch. But anyway, good to have everybody here. We're going to have a lot to talk about tonight with the Orioles. Good, bad, ugly. You name it, we're going to talk about all of it tonight. What's up, Slicer? Welcome and good to have you here. We'll go over lineups to start. Williams is pitching for Cleveland. We'll talk about that first. Quan's leading off. Jose Ramirez, Carlos Santana, Manzanardo batting fourth. Thomas fifth. Martinez sixth. Arias seventh. Naylor eighth. Schneemann batting ninth for the Guardians. For the Orioles, of course, Gunnar Henderson's going to bat first, play shortstop. Rutschman batting second at catcher. Batting third at DH is Ryan O'Hearn. Fourth at center field is Cedric Mullins. Fifth is Ryan Mountcastle at first base. Sixth is Heston Kjerstad in right field. Seventh is Ramon Arias at third base. Eighth is Jackson Holliday at second. And ninth is Ramon Laureano in left field. Tyler O'Neill was late scratch. I guess he's got some neck discomfort. So he is not playing. He was originally in the lineup in right field. And Kjerstad was initially in left field, but they've changed that. Now Ramon Laureano is going to go to left, and Kjerstad is going to go to right. It's always been one of the big factors when it comes to Tyler O'Neill is not necessarily production. We know he's going to hit. It's health. Can he stay on the field? And I guess here we are again. He's not going to be playing tonight because he's got some neck discomfort. But we'll see what happens. So Ramon Laureano, who's batting a whopping .077, is in the lineup. And the Orioles have got to get on track, folks. For everybody that's in here, I know we got like just a couple of you in here at the moment, but whoever's here, I appreciate all of you being here. The Orioles got to get on track. They got to find a way. Offensively, defensively, pitching, bullpen, you name it. They're really, to be honest, struggling in every aspect of the game, and it shows in the wins and losses in the record. You know, that's why their record is what it is. It's why they're 6-10. They're in last place in the American League. They're last in pitching. Starting pitching ERA is last in the league. They're not hitting. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position. They're not hitting in clutch situations. Just right now, it's a complete total failure across the board for the Orioles. And you hope that they can turn it around, and hopefully they do. But, you know, it's not looking good. If you guys remember, we go back a little ways. I had talked about this before the season started. I said one of the things with the Orioles that they had to do was they had to weather the storm, so to speak, in April. They had to tread water in April because their April schedule is really hard. They faced a lot of really good teams in April. And I'm sure that plays a part in their record as well. But with all these good teams, and also the fact that they're playing bad baseball, is why they are 4 games under 500 and have yet to win a series this year. But hopefully they'll be able to at least start a new trend tonight and turn that around. Slicer says, amidst all the injuries and dismal pitching woes, this team collectively doesn't hit in the clutch situations. Yeah, Slicer, I've been saying that about Mateo for a very long time. That it's just, I don't understand the infatuation behind the Jorge Mateo. I just don't get it. I don't know. He's not a long-term solution. It doesn't matter how fast he runs if he can't get on base. Doesn't matter. If you're not on base, it won't matter. And his defense is not, I don't think his defense is stellar. It's fine, but it's not anything that I think warrants him being on this team. But again, I don't make the decisions. I'm not the boss, and rightfully so. You know, who am I? I'm nobody. I don't know. You know, I don't know baseball from Adam. I do know baseball, but you know, they're the professionals. They're the ones that are going to make the decisions. But we'll see what happens tonight. The Orioles are looking to find a way to get another win. I think one of the things I'll talk about, I'll go on a little bit of a rant here. One of the things I think the Orioles, where they really do a disservice to the team, is in the lineups that they do. And I'll give you an explanation of what I mean by that. Is baseball is all about routine. Baseball players are creatures of habit. Over and over every single day. They play 162 games. They have routines. They do the same thing every day. Same routine, this, that, and the other, every single day. And yet, the Orioles, for some reason, the manager, the staff, they preach versatility and they change the lineup all the time. They put players in different positions all the time. And that goes against the entire approach of routine. Be a creature of habit. I don't like that. I think that's not the way to do it. And yes, I am an old school I'm an old school guy. Yes, I am. But I truly believe in Jordan Westburg. You're the third baseman. You bat fourth, second, every day. Adley Rutschman, you're the catcher. You're going to bat fifth every day. Gunnar Henderson, you're the shortstop. You're going to bat fourth every day. Cedric Mullins, you're the center fielder. You're going to bat first every day. Good pitchers, bad pitchers, they got to be in the lineup. These are your stars. These are the guys you count on. What does that tell them when you have a good lefty on the mound and you say, oh, I'm not playing you tonight because they're a good lefty? Talk about not having confidence in your players. Where's the confidence? Have confidence that they're going to turn it, that they're going to hit. Because if you want these guys to be superstars, then they've got to play against everybody, the good and the bad. And the great. I'm sorry, it's just you have to do it. Do you think that Shohei Ohtani is coming out of the lineup because there's a tough left-hander on the mound? Absolutely not. Now, I'm not saying these guys are him, but we think guys like Westburg, Kowser, Kjerstad, Holiday, Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, we think these guys are going to be superstars in this league. Guys that we want to sign long-term to big contracts. If that's the case, then we've got to put it in their hands and say, you know what? We have the confidence in you. Go play. This switching lineups, Cedric Mullins is hitting fourth tonight. I don't care what he's hitting right now. Cedric Mullins is not a leadoff. Is not a cleanup hitter. He's just not. First or ninth, that's where he should be. I'm sorry. Again, I just my opinion doesn't mean anything to anybody. I don't understand all the different. Nobody can get any sort of comfort level on this team because every day they're either hitting in another part of the lineup, or they're playing a different position, or they're not even in the lineup. They can't get comfortable, and I don't like that. Well, routine plays against you if you have unproven people, and I understand that to an extent, but some of these guys have a track record now. Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, Ryan Mountcastle, some of these guys, they have a track record now. They're not rookies anymore. They're not even young. They're young players, but they're not like these guys aren't new. And I get it. But Slyster, what I'll say about that is I agree with you routine if you're talking about guys who are mediocre players. I think the Orioles have some superstars in the making on this team. I really do. And the only way for them to get to that level is they've got to work through the bad times and really take advantage of the good times. And they don't do that. Well, Hyde, I tend to think with Brandon Hyde, I think Slyster, that might be part of it. But what I do think with him too is he tends to really, and I think the Orioles do this, they tend to lean so much on the analytics. So much on the analytics. And I think analytics are a part of baseball, and I think they should be a part of baseball. But I don't think they should drive everything. Sometimes you got to go with your gut. And you just got to say, you know what? He's got to work through it. I understand there's a tough lefty on the mound. But every time a tough lefty is on the mound, if Jackson Holiday and Heston Kjerstad sit every single time there's a lefty on the mound, what are you saying to these guys? What are you ultimately saying to them? To me, that says to me that you don't trust them and you don't have faith that they can hit left-handed pitching. And you know what? They're not going to be able to hit left-handed pitching if you're not giving them the chance. Hey, Gene, welcome in. There's our goals tonight, guys. We're really close on the subscriber count. And we're, of course, our goal was always 40 likes. Anyway, Orioles got to find a way to turn it around. Or, if they continue to spiral, right, and I understand that slicer, but if they're going to lose confidence, taking a day off, that doesn't change the confidence. The only way to get the confidence back is to play and get out of the slump. Because if I'm hitting 0 for 20, like Jordan Westburg, taking a day off to me, I'm still 0 for 20. How do I get out of an 0 for 20? Not sitting. I've got to hit. I've got to go play. That's how you do it. Taking a day off, they call it a mental break. A mental break when we're at game 115, okay. We're at game 17. He needs a mental break after game 17? I don't understand that. No breaks. It's game 17, guys. We're not at game 75, game 95. This is game 17. Play. Everybody should be playing. If there's injuries and things like that, okay, that I understand. What's up, Jeff? Welcome in. Jeff Condon's here. But I really, and Billy Ripken said this the other day on MLB Network, and it's the truth. You just can't keep having these rotating lineups. You've got to tell guys, just go play. Period. I'm sorry. That's what you do. Every single day, go play. You play 162 games. Guys like Henderson, Rutschman, Kerstad, Holiday, Cowser, Westberg, Mountcastle. If these are the guys that you think are the future of your team, they've got to play in 145 to 150 games every single year. Or then they're not the player you thought they were. Give them every opportunity to succeed or fail. But then at least then you know. Because if you keep taking them in and out of lineups, up and down, in and out of the lineup, up and down the lineup, hit first, then you hit eighth, then you hit third, then you hit fifth. There's no continuity there. There's no routine there. There's no comfort level there. You don't know where you're going to be every single night. And the Orioles think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. But what do I know? And I still think, and I know I'm probably in the minority here, I still think that Gunnar Henderson should not be leading off on this team. I don't. I really think it should be either. You want to know who I think it should be? I'll tell you who it should be. It should be either Cedric Mullins or Jackson Holiday. I'm sorry. I do. That's who I think should be leading off this team. You want speed at the top of the lineup. Gunnar Henderson is your best hitter. Power hitter, average hitter. He led the team last year. He batted like 281, 285 last year. 37 home runs. Basically 90-something RBIs. He's your best hitter, period. He's the guy you want in the middle of the lineup, being the big RBI guy, not at the front of the lineup. Because for one, he swings at the first pitch way too much. So he's not setting any sort of tables. He's not setting the table. He's not driving pitch counts up. He's not making a pitcher work at all. And that's fine because that's not who he is. He is not a leadoff hitter. That's why. He's not a leadoff hitter, but he is hitting in the leadoff spot. And Gunnar's good. Gunnar's the best player on the team. More than likely, he's probably the best player on the team. Okay? I think there are guys that can probably be just as good as him, but consistently, he's the best player on the team. Coming out of spring training, he missed a lot of time. They rushed him back to the majors. He probably should still be down in the minors getting those at-bats that he didn't get in spring training. But he's coming around. He's not driving the ball in the air. He's hitting a lot of ground balls low in the zone. But that's all going to change. But again, we'll see what happens tonight. It all comes down to the hitting in big situations. And to get away from the hitting for a minute, the pitching has been terrible. And again, I know I feel like I'm on a rant for this team, and I love the Orioles. You can see behind me, I love the Orioles. That's my team. But I'm not going to be this Kool-Aid guy. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm going to tell you what I really feel. If they suck, I'm going to tell you they suck. If they're playing good, I'm going to tell you they're playing good. And right now, every aspect of the starting pitching has been terrible. And Zach Eflin, the one guy we need, is out. Grayson Rodriguez, another guy we need, is out. Kyle Bradish is out. Tyler Wells is out. There's so many guys that are not on this team right now that the Orioles really, really need. And they're gonna suffer because of it. Dean Kramer, I never thought he was a very good pitcher. I've never had confidence in him. Not a big fan. He's got like an ERA almost around 7. No, I'm sorry. He's got an 8.16 ERA. He's getting shelled. We got to turn this around. Slicer says, and another thing too, Walt, he doesn't steal bases. I think we rely too much on the big homer. It's boring. Well, yeah, I think that was one of the main downfalls to the Orioles last year. Sony 4K, welcome in. I think that was part of the issue last year with the Orioles. They became very dependent on the home run. They were saying like 45% of their runs were scored off the home run. That's actually a lot. That's a heck of a lot. Welcome into Chua Lore. Hey, Lore, welcome back in. Why do the Orioles keep signing older players? Yeah, well, I mean, Charlie Morton's a good ball player. He's a good pitcher. Sagano is one of the best pitchers ever in Japanese history. And it is what it is. It's not like they're not signed to long-term deals. They're proven guys with proven track records of they can pitch and they can pitch effectively and they can win. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if Zach Eflin and Grayson Rodriguez are healthy, I think we got a whole new look on this starting pitching. I really do. But everything is magnified because now our two best pitchers in our rotation are out. So now you got guys like Charlie Morton and Dean Kramer and Sagano, who should probably be your 3, 4, and 5 pitchers, are now your 1, 2, and 3 pitchers. So it really is a trickle-down effect. Sony 4K, welcome in. Chua Lure, welcome back in. Povich, he's learning on the job. He's getting better. He has his moments. He'll do good for a while, and then all of a sudden he falls off the table, or he hits a wall. Yeah, Slicer, what I'll say about what I've seen in the games that I've watched, and I try to watch all the games as much as I can, because I really want to be educated and have, in my opinion, I want to be giving you educated opinions on things with knowledge, not just an uneducated, unknowledgeable opinion. I want to be able to say the things I say because of what I've seen and what I've learned and what I know. And what I'll say about our pitchers is this. They don't have the ability, from what I've seen so far, of getting guys out when they're ahead in the counts. They have bad pitch selection when they're ahead in counts. They get a guy, there's an old saying, I say it all the time and I'll say it again, get ahead with strikes and get them out with balls. And the Orioles will have, so many times I've seen pitchers, Dean Kramer is notorious for this, they will have a guy 1-2 down in the count, 1-2, and you don't need to throw a strike. And they'll throw one right down the middle, and they'll hit a double, they'll hit a home run, they'll get a single. I'm thinking to myself, why would you do that? Is your command that bad that you can't put the ball down, that you can't pinpoint at certain times? If you need to get a ball in, get it in. Get it inside. You need the pitch select or the pitch execution when they're ahead in counts is bad. And it just doesn't work for them. And these guys are being let off the hook because they can't make the big pitch when they need to make the pitch. You're still going to beat the Red Sox. I don't know, Jeff. We'll see. I mean, they beat us 2 out of 3 earlier in the year. They're not playing well right now. Nobody in the East is really playing well. I mean, I think first place is the Yankees. They're 3 games over 500. They're like 10-7. Or something like that. So I don't think anybody's playing well over there in the East. But, we'll see what happens. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what the Orioles are going to do, the rest of the year. All I can do is hope they're competitive. I really thought this team was going to have a good season. They're just not off to a good start. What's up, Chris? Welcome in, bud. But we'll see. Again, it's still early. But it's like anything else. The one thing the Orioles cannot do more than anything else, they cannot fall too far behind everybody else. They just can't. If they continue to fall behind that much, then they're going to be in big trouble. They've got to stay. They've got to weather this storm, try to get on a winning streak of some kind, and stay within striking distance. Because if they fall after April, if they go into May, and they're 5, 6, 7 games behind first place, that's going to be a tough haul. Not saying it can't be done, but it's going to be tough. Oh, look at all the dogs. It must be pet night at the yard. I would love to take my dog, but I don't think he would do well. Anyway, so Orioles lineup again. Henderson, Rutschman, O'Hearn, Mullins, Mountcastle, Kerstad, Urias, Holiday, and Laureano. We're going to see. I think for the Orioles tonight, it's like anything else. They've got to get out to this lead early. Get out early. Get a lead. And try to hold that lead as best you can. Good to have everybody in here. Keep hitting that like button, guys. I see we're up to 11 likes. Our goal tonight is 40, and we are about 3 or 4 subscribers away from hitting our 1,150. So I appreciate all of you being in here tonight. Dean Kramer on the mound, 8.16 ERA. Really need to see Kramer have a good night tonight. Get ahead in the count, put hitters away, and most importantly for Dean Kramer, keep the ball in the ballpark. We'll see if he can do it. Cincinnati comes to town next. This weekend, Cincinnati is in town. This is the Orioles' longest home streak at home. This is the Orioles' longest homestand of the season. They have 9 games. They have 3 against Cleveland, 3 against Cincinnati, and I don't know who the other team is. I want to say it's the Nationals. But I think this is their longest homestand of the year. So you'd like to see them do well. Yeah, and here's the thing, Slicer. It's funny you say that because when you really look at Dean Kramer and Charlie Morton, and you said you watch every game, their stuff is really good right now. Their velocity is up. Kramer's actually throwing harder. Charlie Morton's throwing in the mid-90s. But I was on the Bill Ripken show the other day, yesterday or the day before, not Bill Ripken. Ryan Ripken has a channel on YouTube, and I was commenting, and he put one of my comments up that I put on there. And I put in there, my issue I have is that pitchers today sacrifice command for velocity. And I don't think that's a good thing. And he agreed that they do. That they actually sacrifice command to get a couple more ticks on the velocity. And I don't think that's smart. I just don't. Major league hitters can hit the fastball. They can hit the heat. And I think that's an issue. And I think that's part of the issue with Kramer and Charlie Morton. Because again, their velocity is up, but they're not, their command is not good. Charlie Morton's walking batters left and right. Dean Kramer's leaving balls over the middle of the plate. It's not good. All right, Jeff, we'll be here. Thank you. Slicer, I think it's definitely a pitching IQ. Not so much with Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton knows what he's doing. He's been around for 20 years. He's 41 years old. His pitching IQ I get. He's been very successful in baseball. No, he's not a Cy Young winner. No, he's not a guy that's going to the Hall of Fame. But he's been a very good, reliable pitcher throughout his entire career. Because if he wouldn't have been in baseball as long as he was. Dean Kramer, on the other hand, I tend to agree. There's a little bit of a pitching IQ lack there. Sometimes. I just do. I do believe that. And there is a certain IQ when it comes to pitchers. You've got to know how to pitch. It's not just about throwing. But again, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Hopefully the Orioles can get a lead early. Because I think that's another thing that they do struggle with. I don't think this is a team that usually can come back from games. At least not so far this year. They've got to get early leads. And hopefully they do. So we'll see what happens here. The Guardians, again, they've got Juan Ramirez and Carlos Santana as the first 3 hitters. Dean Kramer, 3 starts, 1 and 2, 8.16 ERA, 1.24 whip, 6.9 strikeouts, 1.9 walks per 9 innings. He's given up 4 home runs in 14 innings of 14 and a third innings. That's a lot of home runs. That's a lot of home runs. 4 home runs in just 14 innings. So in 28 innings, he would have given up 8 home runs. In 42 innings, he would have given up 12. Can you imagine over the course of 180 innings how many home runs he would be giving up at that average? Nuts. So he's going to have to figure it out. For sure. Anyway, good to have all of you in here. 90 in here. We got 11 likes. 12 likes. Great. Nice to see that. Love to see the likes going up. Thanks, everybody. Our goal is 40. Kramer throws a cutter, a four-seamer, a splitter, a sinker, a curveball. Cutter is the one he uses the most, 29%. They are killing his splitter at 636 average, 500 on the sinker, 316 on the four-seam, 261 on the cutter. So they're hitting everything he throws. They're hitting everything he throws right now. Everything he throws, they're hitting. And they're hitting hard and hitting well. 261 is the worst, and that's pretty darn high. And the other issue with the Orioles is they're facing a team in the Guardians that pretty much is a contact hitting team. They're not going to strike out a lot. They're going to put the ball in play. And that's going to put pressure on the defense. Defense has to play well. Oh, thanks, Sony 4K. I don't even know how to do. Some people put up those overlays in the background. I just kind of bunched some stuff up just to kind of help a little bit. It's not. I don't even know if what I'm doing is good. I don't know how to do overlays or anything like that, Sony. I wish I did, and I don't know anybody who knows how to do it to help me. So I just kind of threw some stuff together. But I appreciate you saying that. All right, so Kramer's on the bump. Kwan is stepping in to the box, and we're ready for first pitch, and here we go. Kramer's first pitch to Kwan is a strike right there, 0-1. Kwan on the year, 333 hitter, had a 2-run homer last night against the Orioles. It was a big, big blow in that inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1-1. Orioles, to be honest, the Orioles always seem to struggle against the Indians. Kramer set, 1-1 pitch coming. Ball outside and high. Ball 2-1. Good to have everybody in here. If you guys want any questions you might have during the game, please don't hesitate. 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. So again, this is what I'm talking about. Velocity is there, but it's all about command. First hitter of the game, he's already behind 3-1 in the count. So now, if you're Kwan, you're sitting on a pitch. Here we go. 3-1 pitch. Swing, and he got him. Pop up. Short pop up. In comes the left fielder. Laureano calls it, and he's got it. That's your first out. So Kramer got away with one there. The ball was up just enough that Kwan couldn't get to it. And Kwan pops it up to the left fielder, so that's your first out. We'll take it. That's an out. We will take every out we can get. Oh, nope, didn't mean to do that. There we go. That's what we want. All right, here we go. Ramirez, first pitch. Curveball, long fly ball, deep right field. That ball is foul. Woo, he turned on that pitch, man. It was a curveball that hung up, and Ramirez was all over it, folks. All over it. But he just pulls it foul. So 0-1 count to Jose Ramirez. Curveball's got to be better than that for Dean Kramer, or they're going to tee off on it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, swing, and a foul back. Oh, third baseman's giving it a chase. He might have a play. He does! Ramon Arias got there. It looked like the ball was going to be out of play. I don't know if the wind is making a case tonight. It looked like the ball was going to be out of play, but Arias stayed with it and was able to get over there and make a catch in foul territory for the second out. So 2 quick outs on 7 pitches for Dean Kramer. Let's see if he can make this a quick inning. Very nice. I thought that ball was going to be out of play. Carlos Santana steps to the plate. First pitch to him. Curveball, strike, just on the bottom part of the zone. That's a better curveball right there. Not much you can do with that pitch. 0-1 pitch coming. Outside, ball 1-1. I think part of the issue, too, with the Orioles is with their lack of offense is a lot of their bench players, none of them are really stepping up and contributing. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 2, 2-1. Gary Sanchez isn't hitting. Ramon Laureano's not hitting. Jose Mateo is not hitting. You know, they're not getting a lot of production out of their bench players when they do put them in the lineup, and it's hurt. It's hurt the Orioles. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's another curveball. He was not ready for that one. And it's a strike. 2-2. So Kramer gets even in the count. Kramer's set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball. Short right field. Out goes the second baseman. In comes the right fielder. And Kjerstad's got it. And that's your inning, folks. So 3 up, 3 down for Dean Kramer. Give him credit. He got out of it. No runs, no hits. No errors, nobody left. Let's head to the bottom of the first. No score. Good inning for Kramer right there. Real good inning. 12 pitches, 7 for strikes. That's what you want to see. That's what we want. I think I finally figured this out. I think I finally figured it out, guys. I think we're going to have it real time for you now. I think I finally figured this out. So I'll leave it on me for a couple minutes while we I think we finally got it where it's real time for you guys. Anyway, good to have all of you in here. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Yes, it kind of cuts off my head. I'm working on this whole thing. Sony 4K, I don't know if you know how to do an overlay, but if you want to help me with one, I'd love to have you help. I don't know how to do an overlay, so I just made all this stuff up myself and in the hopes that it's going to be okay. I have no clue, though. Anyway. Good to have everybody in here. Orioles coming up. We've got for the Birds Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, Ryan O'Hearn. Henderson's batting .237, .598 OPS. Rutschman's batting .237, .742 OPS. O'Hearn's batting .275 with a .781 OPS. So all we can do is hope they get it going. Really need them to. See, I got that up there. Don't really want to show the commercials, so I'm going to leave it right there. All right, Gunnar coming to the disc. Gavin Williams on the mound. All right, gang, here we go. And I think we finally got it where we get this right where we want it. There we go. Do that. All right, Gunnar set. Here's the first pitch to him. Line drive, ground ball to second baseman, and one quick out, just like that. It's exactly what I just talked about. This is why Gunnar Henderson cannot be the leadoff hitter, okay? I'm sorry. First pitch, swings, ground ball, right to the second baseman. So one pitch, one out, just like that. I don't get it with the Orioles. I don't understand it. I don't know. It's just me. Anyway, so one out. Here's Adley. Here's the pitch. Called strike, 0-1. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think it's smart. You know, I don't think the Orioles, I don't think they do well with that. I just don't like it at all. Anyway, here we go. 0-1 pitch. Curveball. Swing and a miss. Strike, too. Just like that. So quick 0-2 on Adley Rutschman. Thanks, everybody. Good to have you all here. Rutschman's been struggling. Henderson's been struggling. Mountcastle's struggling. Kjerstad, you name it. They're all struggling. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. Third base umpire says no, he did not. So we're at a 1-2 count right now. 1-2 count for the Orioles. One-two pitch. Curveball line drive. Caught by the second baseman. Nice play by Arias. He was playing up the middle. They were playing Adley to pull. He hit it right on the nose. I'm sorry, it was the shortstop, but he made a nice catch. He was playing almost behind second base. He had to jump for it, but he got it. 2 quick outs. 105 off the bat. Wow. So here's O'Hearn. First pitch to him. Ball inside. Oh, it looked like a strike to me, but they called it a ball. I don't know how to do an overlay. Pete will definitely help you out. I've asked Pete. Pete can never help me. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Second base again. Over to first. And that's your inning, folks. Just like that. Just like that. No runs, no hits, no errors. Birds are done in the first. Head to the second. No score. Yeah, I might have to look into that. I'll have to look into seeing exactly how to do an overlay. Get a little bit of that going there. That way I can, of course, then again, when I switch it to this, yeah, that's fine. There we go. Just like that. All right, everybody. Good to have all of you in here. Again, no score. We're only past, what, 1 inning right now. We're heading into the top of the second inning. Quick first inning for both pitchers, pretty much. And hopefully the Orioles can get out early in this game. 14 likes already. We're trying to get to 40. Let's see if we get there tonight. Good to have everybody in here. Be sure to comment as you come in. Say hello. Let us know you're here. We always like to say hi to everybody. And we'll see how this game goes tonight. I know that in the minor leagues, Kobe Mayo is doing it again. He's hit like 3 home runs in the last 4 games. Starting to heat up down there. At some point, the Orioles are going to have to make a final decision on Kobe Mayo. I'm telling you right now. Can't leave him down there forever. At some point, he's going to have to get the call and come to the major leagues. And then you're just going to have to just let him play. It's got to happen. Because at least then you'll know. At least then you'll know. All right, here we go, gang. Guardians at the plate. You're going to have Manzardo, Thomas, and Martinez step into the plate. David Rubenstein and co-owner Cal Ripken are in the stands tonight. First pitch. Curveball, strike. Oh, he called it a ball. Oh, it looked like it got the top of the zone. So ball 1 to Manzardo. I thought it was strike. They called it a ball. 176 hitter, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. There's another curveball. That's on the outside corner. Strike. 1-1. Really need Dean Kramer to go deep in this game and give the Orioles a good fighting chance tonight. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman. Pretty routine for Jackson Holiday. Throw to first. Another quick out for Dean Kramer. That's going to bring Thomas to the plate. That ball was left up over the plate right there, folks. That was probably a cutter, but that cutter was left out and over the plate. Manzardo just missed it. So here's Thomas. Kramer is set. Here's the first pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Lane Thomas, 161 hitter, no home runs, 2 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's another strike right there. Cutter, outside corner. 0-2, just like that. 2 quick strikes. 0-2 pitch. There's a strike. Oh! Oh man, that ball was right at the letters, right here, and he called it a ball. So he took it too, but man, that was a strike. So 1-2 count. Should have been strike 3, but they called it a ball. 1-2 pitch. There's a foul. We're going to do it again. Still 1-2. My gracious. Another swing and a foul. 1 and 2. We're going to do it again. I did not do a poll tonight because the first 2 games of the year that I did a poll, both times I did a poll, the Orioles lost. So I was like, I'm not doing a poll tonight. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Strike 3. Oh, he called that one a ball too. Holy cow. The batter takes it. It was high in the zone again, but it looked like it caught the zone. But called it a ball. So 2 and 2 count. Man. All right, Kramer's set. He's at the belt. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3, 3 and 2. And that one wasn't even close. This right here is where Dean Kramer, I think, is at his worst. Is when he doesn't get calls, he seems to lose hitters. So he's got to make a big pitch. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. So that time he did make a pitch. So strikeout right there of Thomas. And just like that, 2 outs in the innings. That was a big pitch. Yeah, a couple balls up in the zone. They were up in the zone for sure, Jeannie. But they were strikes. At least they looked like they were strikes. Looked like they caught the zone. Here's Martinez. First pitch to him. Outside. Way outside. Ball 1. 1-0. Again, gang, good to have all of you in here tonight. Always great having folks in. This is always so much fun. Whether it's 1 of you, whether it's 20 of you, great to have you all here. 1-0 pitch coming. There's a strike at the bottom of the zone. 1-1. Very nice. Want to see that for sure. Martinez batting .571 on the season. 1390 OPS. So he's off to a good start. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul off to the left side. 1 and 2, just like that. Kramer looking to make another quick inning here. That would be amazing if he could do it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2, 2 and 2. Don't forget, guys, our next outing next week, next Wednesday, April 23rd, 6:30 against the Nationals. Two pitch coming. Here it is. Ground ball to the second baseman. Throw to first in time, just in time. Jackson Holiday makes a nice backhanded stab. Gets him, and that's your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Heading to the bottom of the second. O's got the lead. Nothing. I'm kidding. O's got the lead. Nothing. That's so funny. Oh. No score, guys. Oh, I'm tired. Haven't been sleeping. All right, everybody in the chat, let me know your teams. Where are you from? Let me know who's your team. Who you rooting for? Where are you from? Are you a West Coast, Midwest, Southern, East Coast team? Who's your team? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. Who is it? Who you rooting for during the season? What team do you hope goes all the way? Love to hear from you in the chat, for sure. Orioles, Indians. Nothing. We got a pitcher's duel going right now. I don't know if it's going to stay that way, but we're off to that kind of start right now. Jeannie's from Illinois. Oh, man. Of course, yesterday was Jackie Robinson Day. At all the ballparks, everybody was wearing the number 42. All right, coming up for the O's, you've got Mullins, Mowney, and Kerstad coming up. 3, 4, 5 hitters. No, 4, 5, 6 hitters. Apologies. Oh. Okay, first pitch to Mullins is for a ball. 0-1. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. There we go. Next pitch is a strike. 1-1. Huh? Now it's not. Now it's not working. It was working earlier. Huh? It's not updating. I wonder why. One pitch. There's a check swing. They're going to check down to third. No, he did not go. 2-1 count. All right, we'll leave it there for right now. I'm going to see if that works any better. 2-1 pitch. High. Ball 3. 3-1. Three-one pitch is outside. Ball 4. So the Orioles get a leadoff walk. It's a good start. Sorry about the connection, gang. Having some issues with our internet connection, so hopefully the connection will hang. Let me know if you guys are still there. Can you see me? Can you not see me? Let me know. All right, I don't know what's going on here. Sorry about this, gang. Hopefully you guys can see me. Oh, 1 pitch. Nope. Swing and I miss. 0-2. Connection doesn't look very good, though, does it? Guys, let me know if you can see this. I'm having internet issues. Appreciate everybody's patience while I'm trying to figure this out. Gang, I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but we're having issues.